everyone, welcome back to the another lab session of Root Hackers Lab. So in this lab session we will continue our live penetration testing series and we will explain the XSS vulnerability in deep. So let's start. First I share the link and then we will start our live session. So give me 2 minutes. Okay, so there is one watching on live stream. Welcome. I hope you all are doing great. If you are watched the live session, like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so there is 3 watching. Welcome. Like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. So again, welcome back to our live penetration testing series. If you are new here, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe and share this live with your friends. Today's topic is one of the most dangerous and common web vulnerabilities called cross-site scripting, name is XSS. So in this lab session we will understand what is XSS, so why it is dangerous, types of XSS, and most importantly we will perform this on uh, DVWA practically. This session is strictly for educational purposes. We will practice only on intentionally vulnerable labs like DVWR. Do not try this on real websites without permission. So let's start my and open my vulnerable web application DVWA. We will perform this on DVWA. Here is my Metasploitable machine DVWA hosted on Metasploitable machine. Let me enter the IP of Metasploitable and then log into this and hit enter. We will submit the security level to low. It's better for beginners to understand. So first I open the reflected XSS. So first I explain cross-site scripting XSS. What is this? It is a vulnerability where an attacker injects JavaScript code within the browser, which runs in the victim browser under the trusted website context. XSS allows attacker to run their JavaScript on someone else's browsers. Why it's dangerous? Using XSS, an attacker can steal cookies and sessions, perform account takeover, deface websites, redirect users to malicious pages, log keystrokes, keylogging, etc. That's why XSS is listed in OWASP top 10. So there are 3 main types of XSS. Uh, One is stored XSS, and the second number is reflected XSS, and the third one is DOM based XSS, stored based XSS. Payload is saved in the database, affects multiple users. What is reflected XSS? Payload is reflected in response, require victim interaction like this. As you see here on the screen, this is a reflected XSS example. DOM-based XSS happens on the client side. JavaScript manipulates DOM. What is DOM? DOM is a document object model insecure, and JavaScript manipulates DOM insecurely. Today we will demonstrate reflected and stored XSS on DVWA. So DVWA is running on our local host, and I set the security level to low. So let's start. So this is our basic JavaScript code that I enter in this checkbox. Script and then alert quotes you are hacked. So let me explain this code with the help of notepad. What is this code? This is a JavaScript code script and slash script XSS. Script is used for rendering JavaScript on the web application. So we inject this code on our DVWA. So hit submit, and as you see here, I see a pop-up and it says you are hacked. So that's why this is reflected XSS. It executes direct on the victim, and, and it says hello. As you can see, JavaScript is executed successfully. This confirms input is not sanitized, output is not encoded, website is vulnerable to XSS. Now imagine instead of alert you are hacked, as you see here in this code script here, script you are hacked. Now imagine instead of alert you are hacked, an attacker injects cookie stealing code, malicious redirect, fake login form. This is real world exploitation for black hat hackers. So that's why XSS is the most dangerous vulnerabilities exist on a lot of web application. Well, let me submit this, and as you see here, it executed. So there are a lot of XSS payloads. So let me search on the Firefox XSS payloads. Hit enter. Here, as you see here, there is a post figure website 2026 edition. Okay, so here is our JavaScript code. As you see here, I can copy this from here and execute this code here. Let me submit. So I think it's not giving me a better output. So let me analyze the other results like GitHub. Here's the GitHub repository. Let me open and analyze which payloads exist in this repository. Okay, so here are a lot of payloads like this. This all is a payloads. As you see here, there are a lot of payloads. So let me try this one, this payload. Copy and paste here and submit. So it's not giving me a valid results. I think it's submit to security level to low. Why it's not executing this JavaScript code? Let me check. Submit. So I think it's not injectable. So you can try this one by one to discover XSS vulnerability in a website. So let me hide the security level to medium. Let's submit. It's change to medium security level, and then I enter this payload and then submit. Okay, it's not injected. It says hello alert, you are hacked. It's not good. Let me bypass this script. Oh, here. So I bypass this. There is a lot of methods, but I capitalize some of the letters in this script tags here, like C and P. Here, as you see here, I bypassed this successfully. As you see here, so we have exploited the uh, reflected XSS on medium security level. So as high security shows you how to prevent this vulnerability. This is not vulnerable high security. High security is not vulnerable to XSS. It's showing you how to prevent this. As you see here, if you understand PHP, so you understand this code. This code is a prevention for XSS. uh, Let me reset. I first reset the database. Reset database. Okay, it's a reset, and then I set the security level to low, and I explain the stored XSS. What is stored XSS? If you are facing any problem, please tell me in the live chat. Okay. So let me explain again what is stored XSS. Stored XSS payload is saved in the database. This payload, if you injected a payload here, so this payload is saved in the database and it affects multiple users who visit this page. So let me explain and how it works. Let's move on to the XSS stored. It Now observe carefully. We can inject the same code as here. Oh, okay. Uh, so I can inject this code. Let me copy this and inject in the name parameter. Okay, it's not injectable. The name parameter is not injectable, so I inject this in. Okay, there is some problem in this. Let me in this, and here I type test, and in the message parameter I inject or malicious code. Sign the guestbook. There is no result. Let me test it again and inject my own payload like script and then alert XSS. Sign the guestbook. As you see here, it's showing me a pop-up on the main screen. This payload is stored permanently in the database. As a normal user, I copy this URL and okay, as a normal user, I open this URL and open the injected page. So you see here code is executed on me. Where's giving me the wrong password, login failed. Okay, so let me open the stored XSS. Check passwords. No, no, no. Okay, so I think there's some problem. Is a normal user. We visit the stored reflected page. So here the problem is solved. You see here the payload is automatically executed without injected. So as a normal user, I review this page and unfortunately and the JavaScript code is executed on me. Every visitor becomes a victim. So let me reset the database and exploit it in the medium security level. Uh, we can set the security level to medium and submit. Not reflected is stored. Okay, so here is the test and or payload script XSS and then sign the guestbook. So it's not injected on this page. I think the message parameter is not injected in this scenario. So let me type the test in the message field and inject the JavaScript code in the name field. So let me inject this code. Okay, so let me bypass the name parameter. So the maximum length is 10, so I change this to 100 and then I inject our code. So I capitalize the C letter and alert XSS and script. So let me capitalize this one P and sign the guestbook. As you see here, I bypass the security level in medium of stored XSS. So here it shows a pop-up. So as you see here, the security level is set to medium, and as a normal user, I open this page. Here I open and the JavaScript code is automatically executed on me. So every client is a victim. So here is a lot of payloads. You can try this one by one on this page and analyze the results. So this is the XSS and how to prevent XSS. That's the question, how to prevent XSS. To prevent XSS, always validate user input, use output encoding, always content security, apply content security policy, avoid inline JavaScript, use secure frameworks. The security is not optional, it's mandatory. If you are learning bug bounty or penetration testing, always test input field like this message and this name. Check URL parameters like this. There is no parameters in URL. Look for reflection in source code. Use browser developers tools like this. This is a developer tool. That's it for today live session on XSS vulnerability. If you learned something, like this stream, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends. So in the next live